You don't look right. These three amigos are all this color. Oh. Huh. Well, that seems sketchy. You're gonna get sick, car sick, bouncing around like that. We'll change it back. I don't like the color scheme, but it's just significantly heavier. And this one is not very sturdy. 6 of one, half dozen of the other, I guess. Oh, hey. How's it going today? I figured that probably, I don't know, 6 of you out there were wondering about that garden that I planted earlier this spring and how it's doing. So I thought I'd bring you out here in the backyard today and show you what we got going on. As you can see right behind me here, we got corn that I watched it pop up in rows, and I should probably not talk over, transitions like that. Anyway, it's sunny out. Sorry. Feels rude to talk to somebody with sunglasses on, but it's glare, sunny. I got a little bit. Well, it might be a hangover. Anyway, today is a good day to work in the garden. It's a dumb idea to wear a black shirt to work in the garden, but well, I was already dressed and then I decided, mazel. We've got Germans watching and an Australian. Don't mind the tripod. You're not supposed to show the props and this stuff. Anyway, what was I talking about? The garden. I don't know if I didn't even publish the video. I sort of did some footage. Maybe I'll put it out where we planted stuff into the buckets. And we talked about that. Now I took some tomato seeds from last year. I had Romas and I had black crims. And I'm not a tomatoologist, and I probably should have labeled which bucket was which, but one of these buckets is Roma, the other one is black crims, and I was just starting them, and they've kind of gotten crazy, and so I got to do something with that. I did have two pots of jalapeno peppers to make salsa kind of things. For some reason, the dogs really decided that they didn't think I should have to, and that one turned into little pieces all over the yard. As you can see, we're not doing very good at getting the grass to grow this year either. I don't know what it is about dog urine that is so toxic to the grass, but we got plenty of it. And the old strawberry pyramid. Usually I have a little lavender on top. Yeah. I think that there was a plan that I was going to move that this year and to a different spot because it's kind of sort of in an awkward spot where it is. It's hard to get in there and trim around it. Anyway, did also get one cucumber seed to sprout me a plant, and so we put that over here. I like to let them grow down the chain link fence, and then your cucumbers are just hanging there. It's real convenient. Anyway, but yeah, I tried to get 2 buckets of cucumbers with a couple of plants in each bucket. Instead, that's the only one that grew from my heirloom cucumber pickle making seeds. And the dog, don't even try to explain some of this stuff. I decided today, because of this is supposed to be the part where the green beans are. because if you have a really good memory about it, you might remember that we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of corn, and then the rest was all rows of green beans. Well, there's 1, 2. You can kind of see where a row was. There's just one trying to survive. There's a couple more down there. But basically, this doesn't look like a green bean patch at all, does it? So I decided, why bother? I think what happened here is actually the seeds were trying to sprout like they should, but we got a rain right after I planted them, and then it got really hot and sunny, and it just cooks that clay. And so when the beans were trying to do their little curl and a wake up, sprout open dance, they were trapped by that hard layer of clay on top. And so they get stuck there and they die, or they break into pieces trying to pull themselves up out of the ground. It's terrible sad. And I wasn't out here, to babysit them, and didn't have time and all that. And you might remember we planted sunflowers at the end of each and every row. Yeah. Part of the reason that our corn rows are not filled in as good as they should be, because remember, we planted super heavy, expecting to have to thin them out a lot. Well, these guys decided they didn't care about the chicken wire fence so much. And yeah, allegedly, according to witnesses, they were jumping in here and running around and taking shortcuts across to intercept each other. And yeah, so you can kind of see where the paths were that they were running, because they just killed all the corn. And it's been a challenging year for the corn. You can tell it looks pretty dry right now. It actually looks better than it probably should look. But right over there, see how these are curled up? For some reason, after being trampled on, or I don't know what in the heck is on the ground there. I don't know. I'm not an expert at really anything, but especially how come, beautiful corn plants growing here and not as beautiful here. I don't know. I just don't know. And I don't have time to try to nuclear science it all out in my schedule, because I don't know if I ever told you, but I work about 60 hours a week, so I try to cram a bunch of hobbies into a very little bit of free time. And right now, because I've got my own heirloom tomato seeds that are doing so well, but can you see? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants in that one. And this is even worse. They're just all on top of each other. It's not good. And they're both indeterminates, so that just means they're going to keep growing as long as the growing season goes. So what I want to do is we want to till up some of this spot that nothing's happening in, and maybe run the tiller down between these rows just to sort of aerate, and in case it does decide to rain ever. Alright, the toughie is the economy model, and in order to engage the drive wheels, you actually got to put the pen through the hub. That you can't see what I'm looking at, can you? Here, look down there, would you? Oh, yeah. There's a dog in the way. Anyway, this pin comes out of the axle. You try to lean her off the weight, and then find the hole. Now your drive tires are engaged. Well, at least that one is. Still gotta do this side. And this is the thing we fought on my dad's tiller. Terribly, awfully. All right, where's your hole? Get in your hole. There you go. Okay. So now, our drive tires are engaged. I guess we ought to see if there's slippery in the crankcase. Oh yeah. It's beautiful. Not even jet black yet. I don't remember when I changed that, but we're gonna pretend I did that this year probably. And do we have fuel? There's some. Is it enough? Probably not, but it's enough to get started. And take it off the stop. If you go all the way this way, it makes it just shut off electrically. Let's put it on the choke. Hey, stop, Coda. Quit being dumb. It's a duck. There's a duck in the neighbor's yard. Literally a duck. The dog. Hey, no. What do you think? I need protection from this thing? Hey, stay out of the garden, crazy. Nobody said just because I took the fence down you could run around in there. You stay out. Alright. Runs like the top, don't she? So I like to let it run, you know, just let the oil splash around, let the head get warmed up, everything get warmed up. And, you know, good ring seal and all that, you know, everything get warmed up. Let it run for a minute. And then before I shut it off, I like to let it run like that. It's being an air-cooled engine, you know, as it's running, moving air through this, anyway, it's moving air, it's cooling itself. So we let it warm up, we let it cool down. That's what we do. Once that gets warmed up a little bit, we're gonna go and start filling this up, and we'll probably throw it into hyperspeed and find you something to listen to, so enjoy. Hey, don't be dumb. Oh, well, I didn't mean for you to turn off yet. What happened? Might be about out of gas. So, like I said earlier, we gotta let that cool down for a minute. Since she's air cooled, she's been working pretty hard, and see, I kind of went lightly over the entire large area, just to kind of knock down the grass, and then I thought, why am I beating myself up for this whole area when all I really need is one row? So that's when dusty Lordy. So that's when I started focusing on this one row and got it down pretty deep, as you probably saw. What coat of wet? You big babies. Anyway, let that cool down. And while that's cooling down and making annoying background noises, let's talk about what we're gonna do next here. If we look over here and try not to set the camera in any dog doo-doo, see if you can see what I'm looking at. So we got our two tomato buckets. Oh, also I did bring out some cucumber seeds to try to reseed cucumbers again, because for whatever reason I've seeded this bucket twice, and then I don't know what, a squirrel gets in here and eats them. Somehow one of them actually sprouted into that bucket. Anyway, sidetrack. So we'll probably do that. And then I didn't water the tomatoes today because I want to try to separate them. And I think if I end up with the three healthiest, most vigorous, looking ones from each bucket, then I'll be happy, because I'm the only one in my house that likes to eat tomatoes anyway, and I've been trying this carnivore diet thing, so why am I growing these? I don't know. I just like to watch things grow. So anyway, that's my plan. You don't want to mess with your plants when they're wet. Like if you just watered them, you know, when you water your plants and they kind of go into that droopy leaf mode, so that the water that hits the leaves will run down into the ground. You don't want to mess with your tomato plants when they're in that mode. So I haven't watered these. I take it back. I did water them today, now that I think about it. But it was hours ago. So they should be all right to, I'll probably just end up dumping out the entire bucket and then trying to gently separate. And then we'll go over to the garden here and we'll take them over to the garden and plant them in holes. And I got some cages, I think. Might dig out. I need to make a run out to my dad's place here in a little bit anyway. So if I don't have enough cages, I'll pick up some then. So that's what I know. I think our tiller's probably good and cooled off by now. Looks like I just stepped in some dog crap, so that's great. Okay. Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, I missed you too. I was so busy without playing with you. I don't know what I do. Cages. How many tomato cages do I have? Of course, they're in the most impossible place to reach. Hey, watch out. Watch out, everybody. This is lawnmower abuse, for sure. One, two. Get out of there. Behave. Ah, Coda. I know it's you. Buck's right here. Hey, get out of there. Be nice to Pato. Poor little Pato. What do we got? 1, 2, 3. Oh, well, we got 4 tomato cages. Is that all I got? Seriously? That's all I got? Get out of there! Coda. Can I make a video someday without a dog going Cujo in the middle of it? Nope, probably not. Require training your dog. Thank goodness the dogs are here to help me. Otherwise, how would I get anything done? Oh, Lordy. So if we go about here. And about here. And about here. And about here. Yeah, I think that works. Right about here. So that'll be from the edge of the garden. Yeah, I like it. I think I like it. Let's see. Yeah. Cheater this way, about to there. Cheat that one this way. Cheat that one this way. Cheat that one that way. Yeah, there we go. Yep. Oh. All right, so I think I'm having a little questionable moment here. I'm not sure if my camera was on, but anyway, I hope it was. So we split out a couple of good specimens, put them in the holes, put the cages in, and watered them in. So that ground is extremely dry. You probably noticed how much dust it was putting out, how much dust. It's pretty bad. Dusted everything. I accidentally stepped on one, or maybe the dog hit it. I probably hit it with the hose, actually. Shouldn't have done that. A couple of key things, I guess, that we'll focus on. Whenever I planted these, I kind of made almost a moat around them so that whenever I spray with my little hose end, it doesn't just run everywhere. It mostly stays in the general area of the roots that I put in the ground. And so also you want to try not to have foliage super close to the ground because you want air to be able to flow so you don't get fungal stuff. And really, watering this time of day was, whatever. It's not the best, but it's the time of day that it is. So I, picked off some leaves before I watered down in, down here at ground level. And then as it grows up through the cage, we will prune off these lower stems and leaves, because if the leaves are in the ground like that, any fungus and bacteria and stuff in the ground is right up on the leaves. You leave some airflow room in your plant, and it can, get airflow, air circulations, and help keep funguses from being a problem. Anyway, this whole garden is looking rough, but yeah, I don't think I have a problem where I need to thin out the corn, because it just seems to be self-thinning. Anyway, that's about all the time I got for today. So, hope you're having a great day. This is my Sunday night, kind of, part of my weekend. So, back to work. And hopefully I can get something edited out to you guys for this, probably Thursday. Hopefully I'll shoot for something for Thursday. Maybe this video, maybe something else. Anyway, I'm just talking to the future of, it's probably not even making sense. So yeah, the garden's looking rough. I get it. If you got suggestions, you know, tips, tricks, how do you do it? Little last tidbit there. I buried quite a bit of the plant in the hole, because anything that you bury underground on that tomato plant, it will start growing roots from that. So you could bury them to where, you know, there's hardly anything sticking out if you dug a deep enough hole, and it would grow roots for you, everything that's underground. But yeah, you want to leave enough leaves sticking above the ground that it can get light from the sun and, you know, make energy for it to grow. What other tips can we tell you? That's about it. We broke the soil loose so the roots can get out and water can get to them and all that. And maybe we'll get lucky. I don't see real rain clouds, but the sky has that kind of look to it, like maybe real rain clouds could show up. Anyway, blah blah blah. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends if you found this to be interesting, riveting, exciting, or, you know, if you're sleeping through it on the couch right now. I appreciate the view anyway. I hope you're having a great one, and I'll see you soon.